Oh, the hidden traps keeping you at your current level. Hey there, my name is Nemo Shang, and I recently finished the second session of the Next Level Masterclass that I'm leading. All throughout October, once a week, I'm spending time with people who are excited about getting and playing a bigger game than they've ever played before. Excited about playing a different game than they've ever played before. And also a little scared around what that actually means and how to actually bring that to life and what that will call out of them and who they need to be in order to really show up that way. And so that's what this masterclass is all about. And I came here today because, honestly, I've been finding it to be really confronting. In fact, I can tell I'm trying to laugh it through. Let me say that again. I've been finding it to be really confronting. And the reason for this here is that playing at my next level is what I am also going through. And today we had a session that was really focused on the hidden traps there, the things that we may not see that are keeping us exactly where we are. And there were a few things that showed up today that I just recognized. I felt it. We have, during the conversation, I just said, I'm like, I understand this one viscerally. And what showed up in the conversation, we're doing this in a different format. I do it in small groups, small to large groups. Whoever shows up, I just sit there and I work with them on whatever it is that's keeping them from getting to the next level. And what I realized here was just how important it is to be able to have other people who really understand what it is that you're going through, and how kind of hidden, how out of the limelight, how internal it might feel if you're the one that's going through some of these traps. So I decided to come on here and share the 5 biggest ones that showed up in the conversation just earlier today. And all of these things I know firsthand, so it is really interesting to have it there. Let me just jump in here and then we'll go from there. What I love to hear from you as I'm going through is to share some of your traps. Share some of the things that resonate with you. Let me know if there's anything in here that's not clear. If you might see that I'm not like the first person to respond back on comments, but I read them all and I use them to go out and serve even further. So just know that like I'm with you. I'm just out there serving people who volunteered and have said, hey, this is what I need, and they want to spend time with me. All right? So just know that that this is happening. All right, without further ado, let's go on and go through this list. That's cool. You can tell that it's real because I made a list. Usually I'm just out here like, what I want to say. All right, so the first trap here is the apology trap. This actually was stumbled on. There's 2 elements of this here. So the apology trap is the trap of not really giving yourself enough credit for where you are already. This shows up a lot for me personally, and something that nowadays I make it a point to call out. Let me try and make this real. All right, here it is. Growing up, I've been someone who has taken up a lot of space. I've been someone who's been looked to be the center of attention. And there's reasons why, like the idea of not being alone really comes into play. And one of the things that I've learned is that one of the ways to make things okay and to make other people feel okay around me is to apologize. Apologize in events, apologize for the way that I speak, apologize for different things that I do. You know, it just feels like the way to approach this here. And the apology trap is something that keeps us actually giving away a lot. It keeps us from retaining our own power. And it looks a couple different ways. It looks like apologizing for who you are. It looks like apologizing for what you want. And I see it so many times at the end of sentences. When I get to surround myself with powerful people. Literally, I create with and alongside the most powerful people on the planet. And it is so interesting that we can be connected and they're sharing something that is meaningful to them. And at the end of it, they end it with something like, I don't know, or I'm sorry, I was just talking a long time. When there was power all throughout that, and they just give it away at the end. And so the impact of that the impact of having this trap on you is that you don't get to see how awesome you truly are. And you stay playing at a level that is actually less than where you really could be. Because you haven't really given yourself the chance to see where you actually are right now. And that's really, really insidious. It was actually accidental that the apology trap even came up today. I left an earbud in my ear after going through my morning routine, and I was listening to the song "This Is Me" from the Greatest Showman soundtrack. You may know that this is really a really important song to me. And when I was listening to it, basically when everyone came on, I took out the earpiece, and the lines, "I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me," came to mind. We spent some time just opening up our conversation around apologies and where people are bringing that in their life right now and what they're apologizing for that's keeping them at their same level. So let's move on now to number 2. The out there trap. The out there trap is one that I know very well. This one here it's related to having the power, having something unique about you, having a unique way of seeing the world, having a unique offering, and basically just allowing all of that stuff being something that other people don't understand. Other people something about that feels less tangible, something about it that people that might feel either new age or the word I use is woo woo, and it's come up on several of our conversations here. Really, the fact that if people really knew who I was, if I really was stepping up to my next level, if I was bringing out all of my power and who I was, people would think that I was flaky, that I'm missing it. I'm on some mumbo jumbo. Like, there's no chance that they would take me seriously. You would think that I was untethered and living up in the clouds. You'd think I was out there. And the out there trap goes and keeps us from actually giving people a chance to see the world differently. Yes, let's put it out there. There will be a lot of people out there who would think that you are out there. There will be a lot of people out there who think you are woo-woo. And I'm saying this to myself as we speak here, so I can make it real. There are a lot of people out there, Nemo, that will think you are woo-woo. And those people aren't the people you can reach right now. There are other people out there who've been craving to hear this. There are other people out there who've known intuitively in some part of their brain, whether or not they can actually articulate it or not, they've known it to be true. To me, I think the woo-woo part, to me, it feels like what it must have been like for Newton to have discovered gravity, or for the first person to come up with the concept of germs. Because at that time, that was ridiculous. Or the sun being the center of the solar system instead of the Earth. Come on now. How out there must each of those people have felt, or how out there may they have been made to feel out there because of their different ways of seeing the world. And so, just because it was different didn't mean it wasn't true. I'm a part of a wonderful community where I get to be with people who are they're wonderful healers. They know how to work with stones and spiritual work, and all this other type of thing that I personally don't have access to. And it's part of the reason why I stay in that community, because nowhere else can I find people that have access to a whole different set of skills and tools. Yeah, you're out there. Yeah, you're woo-woo. That's what makes you awesome. Lean into that and actually be able to step up to your next level so that people come to you because of that unique thing that you can offer, because of this thing that they know themselves that they don't feel can be articulated out in the world, should they be shunned. I'm going to move on to number 3. Number 3, I'm calling the passionate loner, or the lonely fish in the pot. The passionate loner, I think, is what aligns with me. And I'm going to keep adjusting this as it goes on, as I continue to refine it. These are the ones that showed up on the Next Level Masterclass today. And the passionate loner is really captured by that feeling of being someone who has found something that you love. You're aligned with your purpose. You're passionate about the work that you're doing. You're excited about the impact that you're making in the world, or the further impact you'll be able to do because you're stepping into it all. And as a result, there's the trap there around feeling like you might lose the relationships that you have, feeling like the relationships that you have might be put in jeopardy on that. And so it's a lot easier in that case to not really go for it, to put in just enough work to feel like you're moving, but not enough work to actually move up a level. It's like the person who you kind of see them, I know what I want to say on this one. To me, it's the difference between 20 years of experience and 20 years of experience. I know, same words. I get it. Let me explain. It was once described to me that, you can have 20 years of experience in two different ways. One way is to go through and be in a job and do the same thing more or less for 20 years. So 20 years around the sun, more or less doing the same thing over and over and over again. That will give you 20 years of experience. That you can also do it by actually having 20 years where every year or two you're going off and seeing something different. Every few months you're taking on a different project, joining a new team, taking on different challenges, growing as well, right? And the difference between those two versions, the one where you're kind of repeating things on an annual basis, and the other version where you're seeing new things on a regular basis and allowing yourself to continue to grow, is that the first one is really 1 year of experience repeated 20 times. 1 year of experience repeated 20 times. And so I think it's in that vein there that it really opens up for what it takes to really move forward in that. And the trap, the way out of the trap here is to not have to choose one or the other. And not have to choose my passion or my relationships. I felt this myself when I first started with my business in New York, and with the actuarial journey business. There's a lot of work I was doing on the weekends and all that. And my wife Nicole, she helped me see this trap that I was living into. I'm thinking that I needed to grind, I needed to hustle. It was the only way that was able to happen. And as such, I wasn't able to hang out with the other people in my life. I actually today was able to work from 7 a.m. to 1:30 straight on just coaching calls and Next Level Masterclass and just other things that really filled my soul. And then I went to my co-working space. I just got a chance to go spend time with the people there, And it's funny because one of my friends actually called me out. She's like, it feels like you're just like visiting. You're like, hey everyone, how's it going? And you're just hanging out here. And I'm like, yeah, I am, because I've already done what I needed to get done. All right, so that's the third trap, the passionate loner. If I follow my passions, I'm gonna have to give up all the relationships that I have, or my relationships need to suffer. That does not need to be true as you're moving to your next level. All right, the fourth one hits me hard. The fourth one is the money in the bank trap. The money in the bank trap. So where this one lies is the trap of saying, based on the money that I see in my bank account, based on the fact that I have or have not been paid for this year, based on the level of success that I've had financially up until this point, with something unrelated to where my actual next level is, well, given that I've been unsuccessful in that way, or given that I haven't seen the success that I want to see in that regard, I can't go and play at this next level. Instead, I need to stay focused on what I'm doing right now, and continuing to work that through. Now look, I am someone that I don't want to give up. I don't want to come out here and say that in order to get to your next level, you should just continue bouncing around to different things. No, that's not it. It's not a matter of are you focused or not. Where I see the next level trap showing up, and this is where I also see it in the masterclass that we had and with some of my clients and myself, is that sometimes we're just misaligned. We're misaligned. And I've been feeling it with some of the one-on-one work. It's part of the reason why I'm now moving into group work pretty much solely. And you have to, my one-on-one practice is full. And the reason for that is, quite frankly, I excel I'm a genius when it comes to working with groups, and the standpoint of being in my zone of genius and working with others in a group. And so a lot of times people are like, the path is fill up your one-on-one, and after your one-on-one gets full, then you can go do the next thing, and then you can keep growing like that. And that makes absolute sense. And for some people, the real thing is to allow yourself to create what it is that you wanted to create in the world, and have that be the reason that people keep coming back to you, and that be the reason why they pay you money, why they follow you, why they're influenced by you, and why your impact keeps growing in the world. Sometimes the most important thing to do is to pivot and allow what you create uniquely in the world to have a place to live, and to not base it based on what you've seen already in the bank, based on those individual steps prior, but on what you are actually trying to create in the world. The money in the bank trap, honestly, it's something that has kept me from moving into my next level earlier. To be honest, it's something I'm just now becoming aware of saying, I need to get this right, I need to have this right here, there should be this amount of money in the bank, and I'll be able to move forward when. The thing is, your unique creation and how you show up in the world, that can happen at any time you choose to make the choice. And I'll end this one here with the fifth trap. I'm calling it the supersize me trap, the it's not enough trap. And this is in the area of supersize, it's almost like, do you want fries with that? Would you like to make that a large, and just basically continuing to add on more because your current vision isn't big enough. Your current vision isn't powerful enough, or people won't want to follow you because of it, or so on and so forth. It really gets into this thing of like, is the vision itself enough? Have I gone as far here, and will others come along with me? And the trap here becomes in trying to make it bigger and bigger, or trying to add more and more to it, rather than being able to sit down and start bringing the vision as it currently exists to life. Because it is, someone who is a visionary leader myself, as someone who's incredibly creative and has a lot of fun with this, it's a lot easier to think of the what next as opposed to taking care of the what. And so this showed up really interestingly in our conversation today during the Next Level Masterclass, and it was the first time that I really got a chance to see that. Especially, this is why this work is so confronting. I'm out here playing at my next level in the masterclass as well, and I'm able to see myself in different ways that I hadn't been able to see. So I went through 5 different traps here live. I made another post out there that has, I think, 10 altogether. I have 15 or 14 on this list. I'm just going to go out and read the 14 here. I won't explain all the rest of them. You can find some of them on the post. And the best thing to do is just come out and play, and let's see what traps are actually applying to you, right? But we have the apology trap, the out there trap, the passionate loner trap, the money in the bank trap, the supersize me trap, the clarity trap, the I can't move, meaning I can't move forward until I can see with incredible detail what I have to get done next. The confidence trap, the I can't move forward until I can feel confident about this here. It's an odd catch-22 because the confidence comes after you do the action, not before. So you're kind of caught exactly where you are. The too much trap. The too much trap is characterized by the feeling of like, if people really saw me, they think I'm too much. They'll think I'm intense. They'll think that I'm a lot, and they wouldn't be able to handle that. If you know me and Too Much May, I had a whole month dedicated to this. And I dedicate each Monday to this trap alone because it shows up for me so powerfully. The I'm not enough. So we had the supersize me trap, which was about the it's not enough, my vision, what I want to do, like the things that I have. But the I'm not enough is honestly the fraternal twin of the too much trap. In that trap there, it's really focused on, do I have enough? Am I bringing enough to the table? Am I enough here? And it's one that shows its way through in so many different ways, shapes, and forms. I can feel myself feeling really tempted to explain that one further, but I think what we'll probably do is just have a full session beyond the masterclass. It's not on the agenda for the 5 weeks of the Next Level Masterclass, but it is something I think I need to spend some time with, working with people on. So that's going to happen. It's going to happen. The next trap here is the either or the versus trap, otherwise known as the multiple truths trap. So this is when you feel like you only have two options ahead of you. It's the Boolean, it's a dichotomy. You can only have one or the other, and that trap really just limits your options, limits what's available to you, and keeps you looking at things from a very limited perspective. There's the boredom trap. It's I'm doing this because I'm bored, or I don't know how to get out of boredom, and I'm like, I don't know what would actually really excite me, so I'm just going to stay in the boredom. At least with the boredom, I know it's comfortable. I'm bored, but like I don't have to. It's something that I know, right? After that is the reset trap. And I find this trap happens a lot for, I've been finding a lot of my expat friends and expat clients have experienced the reset trap. The reset trap is when it's associated with the boredom trap, and it's kind of like the escape pod of the boredom trap, where it's like, oh, things feel too comfortable, things feel too good, I'm actually a little bored with what's going on here, let me just hit reset and start this all over again somewhere else where it can be more challenging. You know, you might leave a company, you might leave a country, you might leave a relationship, you know, but it's not with the idea of really being able to grow to your next level, but instead it's almost like hitting reset and going through the pain and adversity of trying to figure out how to navigate this new scenario as though it is something actually new. And I see this here where it's like we hit reset and it's the same thing over and over again, just with a new relationship or a new country or a new company. That one's really hard because it seems really exciting. And people are like, wow, how did you like just get up and leave? Like, how did you do that? And what they don't really see is that you've actually been repeating things over and over again, as opposed to moving on to your next level of growth. The 13th trap here, because they were just flowing out of me, the 13th trap is the energy trap. In here, it is really about mismanaging your energy to help you be able to move on to your next level. I think about it like an electron, or like an atom, where they talk about, when I was in chemistry class, they made you think of concentric circles and how there were energies at different levels, and you could the electrons could move between the levels, but it required an energy in order to make that come to life. And the energy trap is in not managing your energy for the next level that's about ahead of you. And so it looks like it shows up in a way that's almost like, oh, I need to know what I need to do, or there's like a request for clarity. It looks like stalling, because you know what it will take to be able to create what you want to create, and the feeling of having enough energy or not having enough energy keeps you exactly where you are. One way to look at this one here is really to look at the things that are draining you of energy. That's the way to get free of it. Things that are draining you of energy, and letting them go in service of something that will serve you more and put you more in alignment with your next level. The other thing that's also aligned with it is finding out the things that will fill you with energy and bringing them more into your life. And then you can do one of the things that I do, which is I actively cultivate my energy. I spend my mornings like focus on bringing energy into my body and I follow a Tony Robbins technique, the 10 minutes of priming myself in the morning, as well as doing a practice of Qigong that's led by John Wineland. And that's my morning routine, day in and day out. And I practice gratitude, because that to me is a source of energy, and I can go out there and expand and use that to go and play at higher and higher levels. The 14th one, the last one I have for you today, is because that's what I have right now, is the support trap. It looks like I don't need help. It looks like I don't know, like not having the right people in your corner and not having the right supports in place to really help you move forward there. So those are the 14 traps that came to mind today. But you know, to be honest, and the funny thing here is I can write a whole book on this. You know, I literally just realized, like, if you've ever read the book, The War of Art, not The Art of War, but The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, he has, like, his traps might be best characterized as resistance with a capital R. You know, And these things are real. And I want to just make sure that I am calling these things out because they have been real for me. And the more that I move through in serving people to get to their next level, the more that I realize that they're not isolated instances. All right. So there you have it. I'm going to end this here with just a quick sign off and an invitation. The invitation is this. It's simple. Right now, during the month of October, we are going through the Next Level Masterclass. It's a live experience where we come together and we work on your real world issues in real time. And we help you create possibilities and new realities that feel outside of your current level by helping you play into your next level now. If this is something that is interesting to you or you'd like to find out more, just go to nemoshang.com/NLM. That's Next Level Mastermind. All right, that's the initials of that. Or you can just type in /Next Level Mastermind. That will get you there too. But go there, register for the upcoming session. And what will happen is that when you register, you'll get access to our prior replays so you can get caught up very quickly. You'll see it's live coaching, and it's not just theory put on a screen, and how you should be in the world. Instead, it's real people with real challenges going through real situations right now in real time and working through them. That's what makes this powerful. So that's my invitation to you. I'd love for you to come out and join us there. We have 3 more sessions on it. The next session is all about what is your next level and really getting in touch with the vision and the purpose of what comes next for you. All right. So I'd love to go ahead and see you there. Let's end this off here. I'm Nemo Shang, founder of Enjoyment, champion of outliers, pioneers, and mavericks worldwide, and the leader of the World Joy Movement. It's an honor to serve you. Here's to being more you each and every day because you are a gift to your world. Game on.